A very good morning to class 11th. As in my last lecture, I talked about the photosystems, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, right? We talked about two photosystem. So now continuing with the main process of photosynthesis, today I am going to talk about non-cyclic photophosphorylation. That is the first phase of photosynthesis, which is called light phase, as well as we will discuss the splitting of water. So I will request, if you have not watched the previous lecture of photosynthesis, then please go through them first. Only then you will be able to understand this lecture. So once now today we are going to discuss process of photosynthesis. As we say process of photosynthesis, it occurs in basically two main phases. One phase or the process, that is the light reaction, and another one is the light independent reaction. Now light reaction is also known as photochemical phase, or in many books it is written as the photophosphorylation phase. Why photophosphorylation phase? Because first, this process occurs in presence of light. Why phosphorylation? Because ATP is synthesized here. So that is why the name comes as the photophosphorylation. The second phase, which complete the process of photosynthesis, that is dark reaction. It is also known as biosynthetic phase. And now sometimes many students, they get confused that dark reaction means it is only can occur in absence of light. No, but that is not the case. It can takes place in presence or absence of light, or if I have to specifically say, then it depends on the products of light reaction. It is not directly dependent on light, but it depends on the product of light reaction. So that is why it is known as light independent reaction. Now dark reaction was explained by first time by scientist Kelvin. That is why dark reaction is also known as Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. So dark reaction has other two names, that is the Kelvin cycle we will discuss there, and C3 cycle. Now we in our my today's lecture, I am only going to concentrate on first phase, that is our light phase of photosynthesis, which is also known as photophosphorylation, as well as it is known as photochemical phase. Now this process or this phase completed in further two pathways. That is the one is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and other is the cyclic photophosphorylation. If I have to tell you the summary ki what will you get from this photochemical phase, from this light phase? First thing, you know now that it depends on light. ये light पे dependent है. What will you need here? First, it will absorb light. After absorption of light, there will be another main process happens, that is the splitting of water, due to which oxygen will be released as byproduct. And then there is the formation of हाई एनर्जी केमिकल इंटरमीडिएट, जो इस प्रोसेस में जो हमारी फोटोकेमिकल फेज में जो हमें मिलता है, दैट इज़ एटीपी एनर्जी करेंसी, एज वेल एज NADPH, विच इज़ द रिड्यूसिंग power. Till now I think you are clear with its abbreviation NADPH, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, right? H for hydrogen. So this phase includes absorption of light, water splitting, oxygen release, high energy chemical intermediates formation. So these all things we are going to discuss in two pathways, that is non-cyclic and cyclic pathway. But the main is this is the summary, that this is going to happen in the photochemical phase. So let's start with the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. That is the first phase or first cycle, you can say, of your light reaction. right? That is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. As the name says that it is non-cyclic, means now something is not going to come back. Second thing, we are going to get ATP because it is photophosphorylation, so ATP is going to form. So let's start one by one that how you have to make this pathway. We discussed two photosystems, that there is a photosystem 2, that is pigment system 2, as well as there is a photosystem 1. Now light energy falls on the chlorophyll molecule. If these chlorophyll molecules, they are of photosystem 2, then they will absorb light at a wavelength of 680 nanometer. That is why this photosystem is known as P680, because the wavelength at which light is absorbed, that is 680 nanometer, right? After now absorbing the photons, they will pass the energy to another, and then finally to the chlorophyll molecule. Same way, these are the accessory pigments, as we discussed in our last lecture, that is the complex, light harvesting complex. So these are the accessory pigments. They ultimately pass their energy to the chlorophyll A molecule. Now after receiving the amount of energy, the pair of electrons, as you can see, 2 electrons I have written here. So this pair of electron get excited. These pair of electrons, they will be received now by primary electron acceptor, right? How many pair of electrons? That is one pair of electrons. That is why 2 electrons. So pair of electron will be received by PEA. So if you have to write down full form of PEA, that is full form of PEA is primary electron acceptor, जो इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्ट करता है. सो नाउ दिस PEA will accept electron. These electrons will now move to a electron transport chain, or we can say that is ETS, that is electron transport system, right? Either you can write it as a chain, or it is sometimes written as electron transport system. So these 2 electrons, they will pass on to electron transport system or chain. This chain includes PQ, CY and PC. So first this electron that will move to PQ. What is PQ? That is the plastoquinone, first member of electron transport system, plastoquinone. Now this plastoquinone will transfer the electrons, a pair of electron, to the another member of system or chain, that is cytochrome complex, that is CY, cytochrome complex. Once these electrons, they will reach at cytochrome complex, they release extra amount of energy, and this extra amount of energy is used for the conversion of ADP with the one or inorganic phosphate. It change into ATP, or ATP molecule is formed here. So how ATP molecule is getting formed? A pair of electron is getting transferred to PQ, that is plastoquinone. Then there is a transfer to the इलेक्ट्रॉन टू द साइटोक्रोम. एज नाउ आप बस क्वेश्चन आएगा यहाँ पे माइंड में आपके कि ये मूव कैसे कर रहे हैं. नाउ एज यू नो दैट इन केमिस्ट्री वी से दैट वंस इलेक्ट्रॉन गेट एक्साइटेड दे मूव. now they are at higher energy level. So from this higher energy level, now they move down to the lower energy level. That is again the concentration gradient. So now from higher energy level to lower energy level, they move through a chain, and this chain is known as electron transport chain. क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, दैट इज़ वाई दिस चेन इज़ नोन एज इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट चेन. और इस चेन में आता क्या क्या है? पी क्यू प्लास्टोक्यूनॉन, CY, cytochrome complex, PC, plastocyanin. So once these electrons, they will reach to cytochrome complex, they release extra amount of energy which is used by ADP for the formation of ATP. Clear? Now this plastocyanin, this transfer these pair of electron to the photosystem 1. Photosystem 1 क्या है? It absorb the light at a wavelength of 700 nanometer. That is why, because wavelength is 700 nanometer, so light is absorbed at 700 nanometer. So now this light photons, they are absorbed by the accessory pigment, and these pair of electron, they will be transferred from plastocyanin. After absorbing the light, after absorbing the particular amount of light, that is at the wavelength 700 nanometer, these pair of electrons, they get excited, and they will be received by now primary electron acceptor of photosystem 1. Now once they get excited, now they have to move from high energy to the low energy level. So now again they pass through some electron transport chain, but the here to transport chain is little shorter, so they will pass the electron to the FD. What is FD? That is ferredoxin. So they will pass the electron to ferredoxin, and ferredoxin will pass the electron to NADP, right? NADP positive. So it will pass the electrons to NADP positive. Now I'm leaving you here, that is NADP positive. The question which comes in mind that now electrons यहाँ से निकल गए. Now how these electrons, these electrons which are removed, now how that chlorophyll A of photosystem 2 is getting again more electron. So there is one thing that you need to understand, that water which is getting splitted, water, because we know that raw material in photosynthesis is carbon dioxide plus water. So here what happen is water gets split का मतलब होता है टूटना. ये water कब टूटता है? Only in the presence of light. ये water टूटेगा, that is why this process is known as photolysis of water. जब ये water टूटेगा, what will be released? 2 electrons plus 2 that is protons, that is hydrogen ions, as well as 1 nascent oxygen. In few books this oxygen is sometimes written as half of oxygen also, right? This is written as half of oxygen molecule also. So this oxygen is released as the byproduct in the photosynthesis. Now these electrons shifted to the chlorophyll A molecule. Once it absorbs the light, it will get again excited. So this is how these removed electron, they are now replaced by the splitting of water. But oxygen byproduct हो गई. What happened to these protons? These protons will be received by NADP, and it change into a reducing power, which is NADPH plus H positive, or NADPH2, in the presence of enzyme, that is in the presence of enzyme, that is NADP positive reductase. It is known as NADP positive reductase in the presence of enzyme. So these protons from here, water splitting, they move to the NADP and form the reducing power. Clear? So what is the result? What is the result of light phase or non-cyclic photophosphorylation? That energy currency is formed, that is ATP is formed, as well as NADPH2, that is reducing power is produced, which is going to further reduce CO2. Right? So this is all about, I told you about the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now how do you write in the steps? Because that is going to important for your, this is 5 marks question, comes in board exam also. So this process, that is your non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it takes place in thylakoid. If you remember that in chloroplast we form these stacks like structure, and one single sac that is known as thylakoid. So in thylakoid there is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation happens. In pigment system 2 or photosystem 2, the reaction center chlorophyll A, it absorbs the light at 680 nanometer wavelength, which makes the electron to become excited. I hope that first point is very clear to you. After this, these electrons, they are taken up by the electron acceptor, which is known as primary electron acceptor. This pass to these electrons that pass to ETS, that is electron transport system, or sometimes this is known as ETC, that is electron transport chain. Now what this electron transport chain made up of, that is PQ, CY and PC, plastoquinone, cytochrome and plastocyanin. Then electron pass to from CY, that is PC, plastocyanin, to the PS1, that is your photo system 1. Electrons in the reaction center of photosystem 1 get excited after absorbing light at wavelength of 700 nanometer, right? After receiving light of wavelength 700 nanometer. Now these electrons, they transport to another receptor molecule, that is PEA of PS1 and then FD. And finally electrons are transported to NADP positive, which is reduced to NADPH plus H positive by enzyme, that is NADP positive reductase. Very, very important enzyme for you need to know. And now one question which comes in NEET also, that is where this enzyme is present. This enzyme is present on outer membrane of thylakoid. This is inner membrane, right? This is inner membrane and this is outer membrane. And on outer membrane of thylakoid, there is, this is thylakoid. Don't mark it as the chloroplast. This is thylakoid. So this enzyme is present on the outer membrane of thylakoid. And this non-cyclic photophosphorylation has another name also, that is Z scheme. Why Z scheme? Because as you can see that these electrons, they are moving like first they go to up, then they are coming to down, then they are moving here. So it is forming like a Z. So this is like, that is why due to its shape basically it is known as Z scheme. Now the next question which comes in mind is that I already told you actually this question, that how does PS2, that is photosystem 2, supply electrons continuously. कैसे continuously वो जो electron remove हो गया, अब तो वो वापस तो photosystem में नहीं आ रहा है. So how it is getting continuously supply? So electrons once removed from photosystem 2, they are made available further by splitting of water. Water splits into protons, then it splits into oxygen. It gives oxygen also as well as electrons if there is a two molecules of water. If there is a single molecule of water, then you know that there will be two protons and there will be two electrons, as well as there will be oxygen as the byproduct. So that is the result after splitting of water, or that you have to write down in photolysis of water. So water splitting complex, it is associated because photosystem 2, and it is located on the inner side of membrane, right? So it is here an NADP positive reductase. It means NADPH formation takes place on the outer membrane, as well as the water splitting that place on the inner membrane of the thylakoid, right, or inner side of thylakoid membrane. The next question which is asked in your NCERT is that now water is getting splitted. What happened to these protons as well as electrons, right, and oxygen? So where are these protons and oxygen formed? They will be released. Either they will be released in lumen or they are released on the outer side of membrane. What is the what is formed in your photosynthesis. You know that C6H12O6, right? Plus 6 molecules of oxygen as well as the water is released. This is not balanced, so it is just for your understanding. So oxygen is released basically. Now this oxygen kahan jati hai? Ultimately it goes into the atmosphere. So that is why we will write with confidence that oxygen diffuses out of chloroplast. It comes out from the chloroplast and released into the atmosphere. That is why we say that plant more trees, because ultimately these plants, they are going to release oxygen. And what happened to those protons? These protons, they start accumulating in the lumen of thylakoids. Means if this in the inner area of thylakoids, protons, they start accumulating. This is our next topic. We will take this also in detail, that how these protons accumulate, but further for this time you need to know that oxygen is released into the atmosphere and protons, they accumulate in the inner area or the lumen of thylakoids, right? So this is all about our today's topic. One thing that sometimes, that is why the question comes is why 1 mark or sometime MCQ, that why it is non-cyclic, that electrons of chlorophyll A, as now you know that they are released, they never return back to chlorophyll A of to the photosystem 2. They released from photosystem 2, but they end up with the photosystem 1. They never came back to photosystem 2, never. So that is why this process is known as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So this is all about our today's lecture. I will meet you in my next lecture with the topic, that is cyclic photophosphorylation and chemiosmotic synthesis. Till then, watch this lecture very carefully, and I hope you will be able to understand all the concepts carefully. So till then, take care, have a good day.